If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning.
Now, I don't know who of you guys have seen the new movie Disclosure Day. Now, I went to watch this a couple of days ago and it was pretty creepy. I think it's real, and I think that there's some hidden messages in there, especially in the end. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but you definitely should watch that video or that movie.
Most people install security cameras to feel safe at night, but sometimes those cameras capture things no one is supposed to see.
Standing right there.
And this video is all about how the creeps get inside our houses. So stay tuned and find out with me. Late at night, a home security camera inside a quiet living room recorded a strange figure appearing near the window.
Oh my goodness.
The glass was fully locked, yet an alien-like face slowly leaned forward from outside, as if it was trying to look into the house. Its features looked pale and unusual, making the moment feel extremely unsettling, even though nothing else moved in the room. It stayed there for a short time before quietly pulling back out of sight again. Construction flash appearance. A CCTV camera inside a building that was still under construction recorded a strange moment during the day. The large room looked completely empty. Near one of the windows, a bright flash suddenly appeared, and an alien-like figure slowly came into view. It seemed to step further into the room for a few seconds before disappearing at an unbelievable speed, almost like it had instantly vanished from the area. The odd part was how clearly the figure showed up right after the flash, making the clip feel far stranger than regular construction footage.
I mean, it's like this guy or this alien knew exactly where the camera was. So he was looking at the camera and then he realized that there was a camera there and then he just sped off. He was like, oh no, I can't get caught. What? Okay, all right.
Kitchen figure sighting. After a family left for a trip, the security camera inside their home continued recording empty rooms throughout the day. Inside the kitchen area, a tall figure suddenly appeared near the counters. It looked similar to an alien, with large dark eyes and a cloth covering most of its body.
But look though, this guy, okay, this alien has on flip-flops. And why is he covered? Is he cold? How did he know how to cover himself and like look in the fridge and all that for food? What is going on?
The figure slowly moved around the kitchen while turning its head in different directions, almost like it was checking the area carefully. What do you think it was looking for?
Food?
Backyard creature sighting. This guy posted something on TikTok that had everyone in the comments absolutely freaking out. He had just parked in his backyard when he noticed this small, pale figure standing there just staring at him. The second he took a step toward it, the thing bolted and disappeared completely.
That's not bolting.
No, easy, come here.
It moved on two legs like a person, but everything else about it was just wrong.
Okay.
The whole thing lasted barely any time at all, but the feeling that something had been silently watching him before vanishing was what really got people.
That's so
Parking
fake.
lot entity. This guy spotted something off near his parked car and immediately pulled out his phone.
All right, that's
the footage
creepy.
shows this pale figure just standing there, completely still between the vehicles. Big head, dark eyes, just locked onto the camera without even flinching. It stood there for a moment, and then the clip just cuts. But something about the shape of that thing made the whole scene feel deeply wrong. Just an ordinary backyard, suddenly not so ordinary. Park entity footage. Somebody was going through park security footage when they suddenly froze up. Right there on the screen was this tiny, weirdly shaped figure just standing on the ground. The proportions were completely off, nothing close to human. It just stood there, perfectly still for several seconds, and the camera got every detail of that strange posture. People who watched that clip couldn't stop wondering what else was out there hiding in plain sight. Alien feeding incident. This clip was just something else entirely. A man was standing face to face with this strange alien figure, casually offering it food, and the thing actually took it and started eating without any hesitation. Whoever was filming caught the whole thing perfectly.
To eat this whole thing.
The setting looked completely ordinary, which somehow made it even creepier. This weirdly calm interaction between a human and something that clearly wasn't human. The whole scene felt so casual, yet so deeply unsettling at the same time.
All right, excuse me, guys. How is this person so calm? There is no way. Yeah, I get it. The thing, whatever it is hungry, but how are you standing there so calmly, not freaking out? Like, there's no way I could do that. Could you do that? I don't think so. Look at it.
Garage shadow sighting. This woman was checking her garage CCTV when something in the shadows immediately caught her attention. She actually mentioned she had spotted the shadow lurking around before even pulling up.
Did it just do the chicken dance? I mean, did you see it? It was like, let me back it up.
The footage.
Wait.
She actually
Look.
checking her garage CCTV when something in the shadows immediately caught her attention. She actually mentioned she had spotted the shadow lurking around before even pulling up the footage.
Okay.
And there it was, this small, pale figure just standing there for a few seconds. The shape was tiny, creature-like, nowhere close to human. The setting was completely quiet and ordinary, but that little figure made the whole clip feel deeply eerie. Mountain creature sighting. A hiker climbing up a rocky mountain spotted a gap between some boulders and glanced down into it. What looked back at him completely stopped him in his tracks. A face staring straight up, dark wide eyes, long gray fingers wrapped around the edge of the rock like it was trying to climb out. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't ducking away either. It genuinely...
I would have had a heart attack. This is creepy because you don't know what's out there. I mean, this is kind of a little bit believable. First of all, how did this thing get in between the cracks? If it was a skit or whatever. I believe this one, you guys. I think this one is real.
seemed like it was struggling and needed help. The hiker backed away, and the figure slowly sank deeper into the mountain. Honestly, for all we know, it could still be down there right now.
I'm pretty sure it's
Beach
down there.
house visitor. A Chilean family showed up to their
All right,
beach
this
house
guy
after
had
a long
clothes
time
on.
away, expecting a chill weekend, and got the complete opposite. Right there near the edge of their property stood something that froze everyone instantly. Tall, dark, thin body, with this huge round white head, just completely still and staring straight at them. The family got their phones out and actually caught it on camera before it slowly moved away. But the one thing that's still bugging everyone, how long had that thing been standing there before?
What do you mean? Why is that bugging people? How long has it been standing there? First of all, why does it have clothes on? That's what I'm thinking. So this is definitely not real. This is a skit. Come on.
Before they even pulled up. Backyard humanoid encounter. It was late at night when this guy started hearing weird sounds coming from outside. He stepped out to check and scanned across his yard, and that's when he saw it. This pale humanoid figure just standing there at the far end. Tall, strange shaped head, and these faint glowing eyes staring right back at him. He didn't move, just watched. Then slowly, without any rush, it turned and walked straight into the bushes. The yard was completely quiet again, but he couldn't shake what he'd just seen. Forest face discovery. A guy stepped outside his front door, and something near the trees immediately caught his eye.
That is
He moved
huge.
closer, and there it was, a pale round face peering straight at him through the branches. Giant dark eyes, tiny features, the kind of face that has absolutely no place in any forest on Earth. He filmed it and threw it online. People brushed it off completely at first. Then someone went through it frame by frame and everything changed. What showed up in those frames genuinely shifted opinions. That face belonged to something beyond anything we have on this planet. Roadside creature chase. Nobody expected the security camera to catch something like this. This thin, alien-looking figure was just standing there on the road outside somebody's house. A dog spotted it and charged straight at it. The figure jumped back, then took off running in the most unnatural way possible. The whole movement was just deeply weird. Clip was short, but it didn't need to be long. Nobody could figure out whether it was real, CGI, or something else entirely, and that's what made it so disturbing.
Stop.
Living room watcher. During a normal evening at home, a family sat in the living room watching TV together while the security camera quietly recorded in the background. Near the window behind them, a pale figure slowly appeared outside the glass, showing only its head. Nobody in the house noticed it at the time and continued watching television normally. After a few seconds, the figure moved away from the window and disappeared from the camera view just as quietly as it had appeared. Doorbell entity recording.
Oh my word.
One night, a Ring doorbell camera recorded a short black and white clip of a strange figure leaning close toward the lens. The figure slowly peeked into the camera, showing a pale face with large almond-shaped dark eyes that immediately stood out in the footage. Even though the video lasted only a few seconds, the features looked unusually clear for a nighttime recording. El Avila footage. Early morning on the 3rd of January, 2026, a night vision camera caught something seriously weird deep inside El Avila National Park in Venezuela. Someone reviewed old train footage days later and spotted it. The camera was rolling inside a moving train, and in that eerie green glow, two small figures were clearly moving along the ground outside. Their movement is just completely off, unlike anything normal. Everyone on that train had zero clue, and whatever those things were at 2 a.m., they had absolutely no idea they were being recorded. Backseat entity incident. An Uber driver somewhere near a Nevada highway stopped to grab a quick bite from a nearby restaurant. He got back in, got comfortable, started a phone call, totally a normal night. Then something just felt off about the back seat. He turned around and his whole world stopped. Right behind him sat this gray figure, wide dark eyes, completely silent and still. He jumped out of that car immediately. When he finally worked up the nerve to come back and check, the seat was completely empty.
What do you mean? What do you mean he gathered the courage to go back to the car? Bro, are you going to call the police or what? There's no way. Like, if I see a spider in the car while I'm driving, you know, like on the little thing that flaps down so you can see yourself in the mirror, I'm jumping out of the car. Okay, it's almost an accident. So wait, no.
Whatever that thing was, it had vanished. Rayones alien photograph. Back in 2004, a security guard entered an abandoned office building in Rayones, Mexico, after noticing activity
Always
inside.
in Mexico.
During the inspection, a clear image captured what looked exactly like an alien standing quietly in one of the rooms. Its thin body and large dark eyes stood out immediately, giving the photo a very unusual appearance that still catches attention today.
My word.
Rooftop creature encounter. After hearing strange noises coming from his backyard, a man stepped outside to check what was causing them. When he looked toward the roof of the house, he noticed a pale figure crouched near the edge. As soon as the figure realized it was being recorded, it quickly lowered itself and hid from view.
Yes.
The movement looked fast and aware.
That makes sense.
According to the man who captured the clip, he believed the figure was an alien hiding on top of the house that night. Viral alien broadcast. An online live video quickly spread across the internet after people noticed a very strange figure appearing on camera.
Yes,
the being had dark almond-shaped eyes, a green-colored head, and movements that looked almost human but still felt unusual. During the stream, it placed fake teeth into its mouth, as if it was trying to copy human behavior in a very
Even though it already
way.
had teeth?
The clip
Get outta
stayed
here.
online for only a short time before it was reportedly removed, which only brought more attention to it afterward. Abandoned building figure. So this guy was just casually recording, nothing special, until something stopped him cold. He pointed his camera at this old abandoned building and spotted it. A creepy figure, alien-looking, with these super long arms. It reached out slowly, then suddenly realized it was being filmed and ducked behind the wall. It peeked out for just a second, and then vanished completely.
Okay.
Bayside Marketplace entity. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, this clip showed up from inside the mall. A tall, dark figure, just casually walking through the corridor. The shape, the movement, the way it carried itself, nothing about it looks human. Outside got ignored by authorities, sure. But this? How do you just look away from this? Whatever showed up at Bayside...
Wait a minute. I want to know anybody that was inside the mall, Bay Area mall during this incident. Can they verify this? Did they see this? Okay, because this whole story, it seems like it completely disappeared. Okay, almost everybody in Florida was talking about it. And then suddenly Nobody's talking about it. What happened?
Marketplace that night, it wasn't finished. Not even close. Shadow figure standoff. So this actually
mean,
happened to someone,
standoff?
and it's honestly kind of terrifying. She's just standing there, frozen, locked eyes with this tiny, weird-looking thing that was definitely not a person. The body was small, the face was just wrong.
Blurry?
You know what I mean? And then, just like that, it disappeared into the dark, like it was never even there. The whole moment lasted only a few seconds, but it felt like time just stopped. Like whatever
y'all.
that...
No. I have goosebumps. First of all, close the curtains. You don't need to have the curtains open at night. I mean, granted, I used to do this back when I lived in Germany in the country, and like there was nobody around. It was just a farm. I had the windows, like the curtains open and everything. But after watching these videos a couple of times, I closed the curtains. Why would you leave them open?
That thing was, it was sizing her up before deciding to bounce. Glowing portal incident. People were just doing their normal shopping thing when boom, this massive glowing orb just appeared out of nowhere on the floor.
My word.
Bright enough that literally everyone stopped and backed away instantly. It looked exactly like one of those alien portals you see in movies.
Yes.
Everyone's waiting, watching, but
Exactly.
nothing came through. Nobody walked out. And then after a few minutes, it just disappeared. Floor completely empty. Like it never even happened. Compton night sighting. Out in Compton, California, somebody's doorbell camera caught something strange, sliding silently across the front of their house.
Let me see.
It moved fast, never stayed in one spot, and the shape was just off pale and completely unlike any normal person walking by. Within seconds, it disappeared into the night, and everything went quiet again. Just a regular neighborhood, regular street, but that brief moment of movement felt completely out of place, and once people saw the footage, nobody could stop talking about it. Highway pursuit incident. This guy was just driving when he caught something in his rearview mirror and instantly started recording, and what was behind him was just wrong. This
Now, we all know that this one is fake. Let's just stop it right there. Stop it.
dark, humanoid figure was sprinting down the road,
Look at
actually
it.
keeping up with the car. Short body, weird distorted face, nothing about it looked right. He kept filming as it chased the vehicle for a bit. Then it just dropped out of frame and the road behind him was completely clear. That short clip was enough to mess with his head for a long time after.
I'm sure.
Burdickville creature footage. So, a trail camera out in Burdickville, Rhode Island, caught something genuinely bizarre that night. Two creatures just casually walking down a private dirt road, and honestly, the best way to describe them was they looked like a pair of pants, just moving on their own. Authorities took it
Okay.
seriously enough to lock down the area and keep residents inside during the investigation. People online started connecting it to weird sightings out in California, while others jumped straight to alien theories. That short clip had everyone stumped because nothing about those movements felt familiar. Bedroom entity encounter. Back in 2006 inches, Pensacola, Florida, a bedroom camera
Did he just say 2006 inches? Did he say that? Let me back it up.
caught something that is genuinely going to mess with to alien theories. That short clip had everyone stumped because nothing about those movements felt familiar. Bedroom entity encounter. Back in 2006 inches, Pensacola, Florida, a bedroom camera caught something that is genuinely going to mess with your head. The guy was asleep when this soft yellow light crept through an open door, and then out came this thing. Tall, skinny, weird oblong head,
Tall.
legs that had no business looking the way they did, just slowly peeking around the corner. He had absolutely
It's
no
short.
idea any of this was even happening. Yeah, I don't know about you, but a creepy alien peeking at me while I sleep is literally my worst nightmare.
Right.
Very rare that I have found an individual that has only had one experience. Invariably, there were multiple experiences.
Garage crawler encounter. This woman was just getting out of her car on a totally normal night when something across the road stopped her cold. Over in this garage area, a small figure was crawling along the ground with a faint light, like it was
A
searching for
skinwalker.
something. The shape was bizarre, almost unrecognizable. And then it said, "Hello?" She was absolutely shocked. The light flickered bright, then
Me too.
dim, and the figure vanished. That one word, It spoke, messed with her head for a long time. Mexican street creature. Right in the middle
What
of
is
a
that?
busy Mexican street, somebody caught something seriously bizarre on camera. This thing was moving through the crowd in a way that just didn't make sense.
Hello, and he knows how to cumbia. Get out of here. This alien has been to Mexico before.
Everyone around immediately pulled out their phones because nobody could believe what they were seeing. It had a long tail and pale skin, nothing like any person or costume ever. Nobody who was there that day is ever going to forget it. Highway disc appearance. So you're just driving to work, and suddenly there's a giant hovering disc just chilling in the middle of the road like it owns the place. People are braking, stepping out their cars, phones already recording before their brains even process what's happening.
I don't know, bro. Ni idea.
This thing was low, it was huge, and it genuinely did not care that hundreds of people were staring at it. Then it gets even crazier. A truck rolls by for like 2 seconds, blocks the shot, and when it passes, gone. Completely gone. People standing there were absolutely losing it. And honestly, a lot of them believe that thing just ripped open some kind of portal the moment it felt like too many eyes were on it. Walmart UFO sighting. People are going absolutely crazy over this footage that just blew up online.
Whoa.
And honestly, after watching it, you'll understand why. There's this enormous metallic thing just floating above a Walmart parking lot, and the sides are lit up with these bright blue lights that make the whole thing look unreal. Nobody in the comments can spot any editing either. Now obviously some folks think the whole thing was staged, but a huge chunk of people who watched it are fully convinced that nobody...
Wait a minute. A lot of people think that this was staged. How do you stage an enormous UFO behind Walmart? How can you do that? Let me know. Let me know in the comments.
Nobody on this planet built that thing. Suspended saucer footage. This clip dropped, and the internet has not calmed down since. And once you see it, you'll know exactly why. There's this huge saucer just hanging low in the air, and the workers underneath it are just going about their day, like it's totally normal. Not a single head turns, not one person stops what they're doing. That's what's really messing people up about this video. Was this some kind of classified project that accidentally got out, or are we actually looking at something that goes way deeper than any of us are ready to handle? Nevada desert encounter. These guys were just driving near Nevada when something up ahead made them pull over immediately. They hopped out to see what was going on, and right there in front of them, this pale, skinny, humanoid walked straight across the road, and the way it moved just felt completely off. Like nothing about it looked right. It was so unbothered, so slow and creepy, that everyone just panicked and jumped back in the car. Honestly, the desert is wild for that.
Oh, wow. I kind of believe that one. Because that's where
Things
they
are
live.
literally walking around out there in the open, and we still have no clue what they are. Buenos Aires object. This footage out of Buenos Aires has people completely losing their minds. A couple was driving down a regular street when this giant shiny object just showed up right beside their car, out of nowhere.
Amigo, ¿qué mierda es esto?
Wait a minute. Like, I wonder what neighborhood did those aliens come from, because they need an upgrade. They need an upgrade. Look
It
at
was
it.
gliding alongside them, matching their speed, almost completely silent. The comments went absolutely insane. People called it one of the most unbelievable dashcam catches ever.
I
Nobody
believe
by
it.
the end of that night had any real explanation for what that thing was. Window entity observation. Someone uploaded this clip online, and
That's
it has
creepy.
people genuinely creeped out. There's this thing peering through a window, pale skin, massive head, these dark, hollow eyes just staring
No.
outside like it was checking something out. The whole vibe of it was unsettling in a way that's hard to explain. But here's where it gets interesting. Was this actually something unexplainable? Or did somebody just put in a lot of effort to mess with people? Drop what you think in the comments, because this one is really hard to call. Metro passenger mystery. This guy was riding the metro when something a few seats down stopped him cold, and he immediately grabbed his phone. The thing sitting there had this almost white pale skin, a long narrow face, zero eyebrows, just...
Look at this guy sitting next to him. He's like, no, I can't believe I decided to get on this bus today. Look at his face.
casually scrolling like it had somewhere to be. The person right next to it was completely unbothered. And honestly, that's the creepiest part of this whole thing. Not what it looked like, but the fact that everyone around it acted like it was totally invisible. Shopping mart entity. These friends were outside a shopping mart when they spotted something that made them pull out their phones straight away. The thing standing there had big dark eyes, gray skin, and a head that just looked completely wrong. It had chains around its neck, totally relaxed, just hanging around like a normal person. And these friends were actually talking to it, and it was talking back.
A big one, a tight one, and a wide one. Like, come on.
Oh, Lord, man.
Why would I...
Nobody around them even cared. People who looked closely at the footage said it wasn't AI and it wasn't a mask because the face was actually moving naturally. So what exactly was standing outside that shopping mart that night? Open field encounter. Some guy out exploring an open field one day almost walked straight into the last thing he ever expected to see. Sitting right there in the grass was this wide, flat craft that looked like nothing ever built by human hands. Around it stood 3 dark figures, just doing their thing. At some point, they clearly clocked him on camera. They didn't come closer, they didn't run, they just carried on like he was completely irrelevant to them. Nobody ever confirmed where this actually happened, but the second that footage hit the internet, it absolutely exploded everywhere. Highway flash disappearance. A police officer was running a late-night patrol down a quiet, empty highway when a parked car on the side of the road caught his attention. He slowed down and moved in to check it out. Then, out of nowhere, this intense bright flash completely swallowed the darkness. And just like that, the officer was gone. The driver of that parked car floored it out of there in pure terror.
Oh, my goodness.
A lot of people who've looked into this are convinced something otherworldly took that officer that night. Brazilian orb encounter. A driver in Brazil was cruising down a deserted road when his camera caught this.
Oh, que porra é essa?
4
glowing orbs were hovering right above his car.
Now, I'm not even questioning this one at all. This has actually happened to me. I was driving from North Carolina to El Paso, and I think I was in Louisiana, somewhere in that area, you know, on one of those really long, dark roads. This happened to me. I was just driving, and that thing, these orbs or whatever it is, just zoomed across the highway. And it kind of looked like an airplane, but there's no way it was an airplane. How can it go through the trees like that? So this one is real. And this is why I believe in aliens.
Drifting slowly, but with clear purpose. The glow was dim, almost too dim to make out properly. Yet the way they moved felt completely wrong for anything natural. They were close, uncomfortably close, and the driver was absolutely terrified. The whole thing was over in seconds. But he walked away from that night completely shaken, certain he had just witnessed something nobody could explain.
Oh, que porra é essa?
Nobody can explain that.
Highway figure crossing. Somewhere on a California highway late at night, a dashcam caught something that genuinely has no explanation. The car was moving along normally when this bizarre figure shot across the road out of nowhere.
What the?
The speed, the movement, completely unnatural, unlike anything human. The dashcam grabbed every single second of it, and just as fast as it appeared, the figure disappeared straight into the darkness. The driver sat there, completely stunned, barely processing what just happened, wondering if anyone else out there had ever witnessed something like that on that same road. Russian crash investigation.
What is this?
So, something came down hard in Russia, and whatever was inside that craft simply didn't survive. By the time anyone managed to get footage out, the entire area was already shut down, completely hazmat suits, evidence markers, tape blocking everyone off.
Боже.
Пожалуйста, уберите телефон!
Ладно.
Doctors and specialists were carefully working around the bodies like it was a full crime scene investigation. Russia never said a word about it publicly, not even once. But honestly, the footage said more than any statement ever could. Whoever handled that situation made absolutely sure the rest of the world would never get close enough to find out what really went down.
And yet they put it
Vanishing
online.
disc footage. This guy casually looked up at the sky one day and spotted a smooth, perfect disc just hanging there, completely still. He instantly knew it had nothing to do with any military drone. Then it got weird. The second he lowered the glass he was peering through, the disc vanished completely. He raised it back up, and there it was again. Same spot.
Вижу, но вижу. Убираю стекло. Оп.
Okay, what is that piece of glass that he's
Before it
using?
slowly drifted off and disappeared. The footage went absolutely viral. Some thought the glass worked like a filter. Others believed the craft was controlling its own visibility the entire time. Moscow sphere sighting. A man in Russia was left completely puzzled after spotting 3 metallic spheres sitting high up in the sky. Initially, they looked like regular balloons, just drifting along. But the moment he zoomed in, everything changed. These things were solid, metallic, floating with absolutely nothing holding them up, like gravity just didn't apply to them. With strange, unexplained lights already reported over Moscow earlier this year, people immediately connected this to a UFO sighting. And honestly, that connection raised something deeply unsettling. Maybe whatever they came here to do has already started, and we are nowhere close to being ready. Schoolcraft hover incident. Something massive and completely silent was caught gliding just beneath the clouds, and the location made it even stranger, directly above a school.
Holy shit! They're coming for you, Tony!
People who witnessed it described the shape as enormous and perfectly smooth, unlike any plane or drone they had ever laid eyes on. From certain angles, it appeared wide and layered, almost like a mothership hiding behind cloud cover. What really got to everyone was how low it hung, drifting slowly, like it was studying everything below rather than passing through. Out of every possible location, why did it choose a school? And now,
All right, you guys, tell me some of your alien UFO stories, because I'm curious. I would like to know. Obviously, I do believe in aliens. I mean, come on now. And then this whole movie that I was talking about earlier, the Disclosure Day, it definitely has some hidden messages in there. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.